Why did the red guard's foot hurt? Because his hammer fell on it. What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about the month of May. It's going to be an absolutely massive month in the Elder Scrolls Online because we've got Midyear Mayhem and it's the preparation month for Necrom. So a lot of people want to know, how is that going to affect the economy? How is the economy affected by previous events? Is the economy going to be affected by the events that have been announced? What should you guys start saving for? What should you start selling? What should you start, picking up? What is that grind, sell versus collect mindset for this month? And that is what we're going to be talking about today, as well as a quick rundown of how you should utilize your time to the most efficient ways possible during the month. And if you would not mind helping out me and my co-host here on the way to 15,000 subscribers, so if you don't mind, hit the subscribe button before we jump on into it. So what better place to start us off than the list of all items? So obviously you can see this is just the top half of the list, but we've got consumables, overland sets in the DLC area. We've got PvP gear that can be bought with AP, which could be sold, which could be purchased to use. We have so many good things to go over, but let's talk about why specifically some of these items are going to be good. And the obvious answer is Midyear Mayhem. So a lot of people, they might think to themselves, well, people are going to need PvP sets, but that's just not it. They're going to need consumables for their PvP characters. They're going to need upgrade materials to upgrade all their PvP characters. They might need XP potions to level up those PvP characters. They might need Colovian War Torch to level up the AP faster. So it's not just people need PvP sets during a PvP event. It's all the things that go into it. And that's why the ESO economy is so wide when it comes to needing things versus narrow in other games. So that's why I talk about things holistically. And as always, our quick disclaimer is remember that ESO is like a flea market. If everyone in the flea market is selling watermelons and you yourself are only bringing watermelons to sell, then unfortunately you might not be selling watermelons that day. But if you, for some reason, start bringing out, some more unique items and you have a wide assortment of items with a few trends, but not necessarily a generic trend, you will probably be able to be more profitable than those other people. Now, tomorrow's video is again going to be on PvP sets, so that will be more specific, so you'll be able to look at some of the sets that I suggest tomorrow. However, what I would say is a lot of these overland sets that are any good, same with the DLC and non-DLC areas, a lot of them do have PvP utilization, and that's why they're used. Because, as you probably know, because you've seen the ESO endgame community, for PvE, it's very specific. You build a specific way, and then you parse, and then you go into trials. There's no, I just combine these things together, and then blah, blah, blah. No, they'll kill you. If you think that you're going to theory craft, they'll execute you and chop your head off. So a lot of the reasons that these sets are on this list is because of their PvP utilization. And we have our list here for PvP non-Imperial City. That is, again, going to be how you can convert your AP to gold, because those are all items that can be purchased with AP and then turned into gold later. Obviously, this is an event where a lot of people are going to have a lot of AP, so just take that into consideration, as well as Imperial City. There's going to be a lot of Telvar. I probably will also be doing an updated how to convert Telvar to gold as well. Now, crafted sets is another really good option because a lot of people might be watching videos, maybe ones produced by Jake Clips himself, saying, hey, these are some good sets that you guys can take into PvP. People might then go to the market and go, either, who can craft this for me? Or B, hey, it's already listed in Deshaun. I'm going to purchase it right now. So keep that in mind during this event. And as a side tip, because you stayed around to the mid part of the video, I am also going to tell you that the Zenthar event has been confirmed to come back into the Elder Scrolls Online. So what does that mean? And that means, very simply, don't sell your Writ Books. So Writ Books, for those of you who may not be aware, are an item that during that event can be used to get an extra event roll, essentially. By doing these books that you're looking at on screen, you're going to be able to get yourself an extra roll for a reward. Now, there are some exclusions, including the event-specific ones, so you need the generic crafting writs, but as long as you're not stocked up on all the Halloween ones, you're going to be able to make a pretty penny either by selling these during the event to somebody who's trying to farm those extra boxes, or by doing them yourselves. And because I slandered Writs, because I said, yeah, Writs are done, they're adding this new all-in-one machine that's going to destroy the Writs. Writs will be garbage here soon. Well, the developers, when I asked how they plan to utilize the Writs and how they plan to utilize the all-in-one crafting station, guess what? You still have to buy the previous crafting stations to put them into the all-in-one station. So crafting Writs will be exactly the same as they were, if not actually more valuable, because people are now going to be more encouraged to put more sets in there that maybe their house couldn't afford slot-wise previously. So perhaps that was a bad call by me, but at least I got the answers well in advance before the item came out and gave you guys any super bad information. But this is me saying I was wrong about the Writ market and my projections on it, like any 2008 economist. I'm sorry, my job is to make 50-50 guesses, and I'm 90% of the time I'm wrong. Another thing to remember to do as you're participating in Midyear Mayhem, because so many people forget to do this, please make the campaign that you take your characters your home campaign, because home campaigns are going to give you access to great rewards. Rewards tier 1, you get a ton of transmutes, you get a ton of other stuff, but really, the transmutes are what's worth it the most. Now, generally, Midyear Mayhem, to my knowledge, has always ended on a 30-day campaign, and then they start 2 7-day campaigns. So it looks like they're ending the 30-day campaign and then doing a 7-day campaign. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because generally these 7-day campaigns don't give you the 50 transmutes for rewards tier 1. But if you guys go in next week, which is when it starts, you're going to be able to get to rewards tier 1 extremely quickly. And if you get 50 transmutes from that, if you have the maxed amount of characters, you're going to be able to basically cap your transmutes out in a mere matter of minutes per character. So I highly encourage you guys to consider that. I know a lot of people are like, but Jake, my guy's a tank. And I have a video that will address the best way to farm AP based on my comment at the end of the video that was the bestest. So you'll be able to see that comment and you'll be able to get an idea of what I'm going to suggest to you. But there's more to PvP than just killing people. There's taking keeps, repairing keeps, taking flags, standing on flags, healing people, buffing people, etc., etc. And you can see my cat has rejoined us. She's so excited to talk about all the ways that you can earn AP. I mean, for heaven's sakes, you could do quests for AP. You could do quests and things. I mean, hey, you could even steal an Elder Scroll. No PvP involved in that, as long as you just get extremely lucky. We've all done that Oblivion quest. You didn't have to kill anybody. We just snuck on in there with some dude's weird-ass mask. And because you lovely jovelies have stayed to this part of the video, you're going to get yourself an extra tip that generally I would put closer to the beginning because I'm trying to retention more audiences to longer the video. So, a lot of people might be thinking very focused on Midyear Mayhem, but there's something else to focus on, and that is Necrom. Well, what's Necrom adding that you're going to be able to get during Midyear Mayhem, and that's companion gear. Companion gear is going to be dropping as well, and a lot of people might not connect that companion gear is going to be worth a pretty penny next month when they add these new silly gooses to the game. 2 new companions, I mean, that's 2 new people that you can deck out into your houses. You could put stuff on them, you could take them around, you could slap some gear on them, you do whatever you want with them. So, it's a great time to start collecting that companion gear and reserving it. Also, I wanted to talk about opal pages as well as selling previous event items and why sometimes event items that are worth a lot don't recoup their value after events. And I was trying to think what I could equate it to. And it's another nerdy reference, not quite, well, it's definitely nerdier than the the flea market reference. So if you think about superhero comic books and their values, well, when is their value the highest? Whenever there's a movie coming out, or a TV series, or people are talking about them. So basically, they're in the news. People are talking about it. People are seeing it. People are going to themselves, wow, that is a great thing. I want to buy that thing, or I want to go get that first appearance, or go get that new line that's coming out because everyone's talking about it. But here's the problem. A lot of times, people might not be talking about it. For example, if you are right now holding on to opal pages, people might not be talking about it. So when is actually the highest point you resell them is actually sometimes when they announced the event returning, because people are going to be seeing the opal pages again. People are going to be looking at them. It's going to be a little bit of buzz around them. So that is actually probably the best time to sell them, is just before the event starts, maybe a couple weeks to a month out, because it's going to be back in the news cycle again because of that. Because unfortunately, a lot of players are just going to forget about them. They're going to, it's the same with the Sovereign Guard set. They're just not going to remember them. All those sets that you've been able to farm during different years and different events, they're not going to be at the forefront of your mind. For example, I forget about Ebon Steel until Midyear Mayhem's release, and I go, "Oh, that was a great set." It's a pretty valuable one. But if I saw it in the Guild Trader, I'd have to look and be like, how much was this worth again? Because I truthfully don't remember if this was worth pennies or millions. And that's why it's an important distinction to remember that and kind of use that example when you're thinking about ESO items as well. As a final tip for sellers, it is always just great to look at what is actively selling right now. Because what is better than looking at the present? Now, Necropotence is 100% a PvP set. Witch Knight's Bracers, I would say, is another good PvP set. You've got people buying materials, people buying XP potions. Pretty much everything that we've been talking about throughout this video, you can see reflected on the market, probably because I'm not releasing this before the month of May, and Midyear Mayhem has already been officially released, and I'm a little bit late. But what time better than the present to, get back on track? But that is my kind of final tip for the economic side of this event. And that leaves us with a great month for great ability to get AP, XP, gold, material selling, storing those Writ Books, getting companion gear. We're going to be able to get a lot during this a month. And there'll be more specific things that I talk about, as you guys may have seen yesterday. I made the AP to gold video, just an updated guide. I don't know, we went through it very quickly today. There'll be an updated Telvar guide. I'm also going to be breaking down the Midyear Mayhem event tickets because, fun fact, some of the previous year's stuff is worth bajillions. You won't be able to resell it, but maybe you'll want it. As we kind of talked about in the previous video with some of the previous year's stuff that used to be worth pretty good money, it's a good money saver. So we'll be talking about all that and more, kind of parsing through it a little bit individually, but overall, the month of May is going to be the month of Midyear Mayhem, the month of the server updates that everyone is just absolutely loving on Xbox NA. I don't think I've heard any negative reception to the new servers. They just feel amazing. We got the pre-month for Necrom, and overall, very excited as always. And although as always, I am very excited. So again, we will be doing our 3 giveaway drawings for the month. You can see which comment is going to inspire a dedicated video. So the first one will be my favorite comment of the month. The second one is going to be a random subscriber. And the third one is a random comment left throughout the month. So always comment and subscribe if you are able to. And if you feel like you have helpful tips or good suggestions or good feedback or nice things to say, always leave in the comments below. And that's where I'm going to leave you with a question of the day, is how do you plan to farm the Midyear Mayhem event? Now, I will have a farming Midyear Mayhem event video, so feel free to wait for that to come out. But that is going to be focused on the daily quests. It's going to be focused on the actual farming. We're going to talk a little bit about the AP train, even though it was a little bit controversial, as well as campaigns and how they work, and so on and so forth. So I hope you guys look forward to that video as well. Tomorrow will be the much the anticipated video on the PvP sets. I put it off a little bit because I want to make sure that it is accurate. Because I feel like sometimes I play a very specific way for ESO PvP, and I want to make sure that it is universally translated to other people. Because if you think about it like a niche kind of card builder game, I have a lot of analogies today. My deck might not and playstyle might not translate to yours. So that's where I'm trying to just make sure that the information I give is all encompassing and is helpful. But at least regardless, I guarantee you all the sets that I list will sell. Because they are just popular. So that'll be easy for at least the money-making aspect of it, and hopefully you guys will learn something from that. But that, dear friends, is where I'm going to leave you. I hope this video was helpful, and I will catch you guys later. Bye, guys.
Remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.
Forgot to think of something intuitive for the post outro, but now I feel like if I don't have one, people will comment about it, which granted would boost the video. but I feel like it's on the throne of lies that it would be boosting the video. So this is the post outro. So hope this was good. Maybe go watch the Guardians of the Galaxy. I watched it the other day, thought it was amazing. So hopefully, you guys liked it also if you're into that, Marvel, kind of stuff. I obviously am. If it isn't obvious by the fact that I have Marvel themed characters. And, J. Cole, you have perfect, impeccable timing because you messaged me right as I was trying to think of something to say for a video. So thank you, J. Cole. This is my live reaction to his message. And I want to thank you guys again for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.